This is Tetris Forever. We're here on Xbox Series X. Be sure to like the video. Subscribing is great as well. This is a celebration of 40 years of Tetris. More than 15 Tetris games, a new way to play Tetris, and the classic Tetris that you would expect. So there's kind of a diving into the history of Tetris experience with a few different chaptered options so that you can learn about Tetris and understand it. A few different kind of quick little menu options, but nothing really, wild for changing anything. Just audio volume. And then you can play the games. So that's kind of the cool part. Tetris throughout the years and all the different versions and iterations of Tetris in weird, bizarre, wondrous ways. And then Tetris Time Warp, which is like a new Tetris. And you can play these alone or up to 4 players, depending on, the Tetris game. You can see the amount of people, little people there right below the Tetris name. That's how many people can be in a Tetris, in any particular Tetris game. So let's dive in, and you can play it with like monochrome white or green. Like there's all these different like settings for the different years, and you really can sort of play it how it was kind of intended to be played, or you can like kind of adjust things in different ways too. And it's just those settings of Tetris, and they've got like a little bit of a quick how to play thing as well for the games. And yeah, it's not the necessarily like the most, I guess you would say, expansive kind of like thing. Like some of these collections you get like just like a host of different settings, but you can to a degree adjust things a little bit. Like you could see if you hold RT, we get like a list of little things for rotating or adjusting things or changing the speed of stuff, and kind of what you would expect. Oh, come on, I wanted that piece to kind of be there. And then you can hide the info thing on the right there by pressing LB. And yeah, it's just kind of like an easy way to kind of go and enjoy the flow and the magic of Tetris throughout the years. Like obviously Tetris is a pretty iconic, well-known, I think it's one of the top-selling franchises of all time in gaming, just because it's just been around for ever, right? Like it's Tetris. It's pretty iconic and pretty well known, and it's a very simple but yet strangely enticing way to experience a video game. Like it demands your attention, and it's kind of simple to play and simple to understand, but there's little dynamics and edges to how you're supposed to best approach the scenarios and the challenges that come as you move these various lines away from the screen. And this is just kind of like a nice little compilation celebration of 40 years of Tetris action, which I think is really, really quite appropriate. So for this collection, it's a 4K resolution, 60 FPS. I mean, I messed up so badly on that one, but I mean, it's Tetris, right? Like it's a pretty simplistic kind of visual experience, so I don't think you're really going to be expecting anything too crazy for this one gameplay wise. It's just a nice, easy way to go and enjoy a wide variety of Tetris experiences, which I think is kind of cool. Hatris, from the creators of Tetris, Super Tetris Bombliss. There's just so many versions of Super Bombliss DX. This is Tetris Time Warp. This is like a new one. So yeah, it's just kind of like a cool historical thing. I guess there's more than an hour of historical documentary kind of featurettes and stuff, and it's just kind of like a bit more of a, kind of classic version of the game, but just like with a little bit of a twist to how you do it. I would also say if you're into the game of Tetris, that Tetris Effect is amazing, and it's a standalone game. I don't think I ever did a video on it, which is a bit of a shame. But if you've never played Tetris Effect and you love Tetris, you are missing out on like one of the best Tetris games. It is like pure zen. I've played like a lot of different Tetris iterations over the years. I've played stuff on like my phone. I've played like there was like Tetris Evolution or something for like 360 had like achievements that I worked on back in the day, and yeah, I've played a lot of Tetris in my years. I'm sure a lot of other people have, even incidentally, or people that don't really even play video games have probably played a fair bit of Tetris, or are well aware of what Tetris is and what Tetris has to offer. And, you know, and then depending on the game, you get different levels of like how fast things move, or the zen style of it, or the music of it, or, you know, the atmosphere style of Tetris. And yeah, it's a pretty iconic thing. I'm gonna hold on to that one because it's literally useless for me at that moment. I don't know, like, I think this is like a cool celebration of Tetris and what it has to offer, and I wouldn't say that I'm hardcore enough to really sit there and be like, oh, it's missing this specific iteration of Tetris or something, or it's like, oh, it should have had this version, if that makes sense. But I think it kind of, like, it really does hit the mark for having just bizarre options. Tetris, MS-DOS Tetris? Okay, that's kind of funny. And obviously, like, Tetris in so many different versions and stuff. And then this one here, we've got full screen, widescreen, original screen, filters, borders. Pretty cool, right? Tetris. Every game's gonna have like a different selection of little adjustment things as well, in case you're wondering. This is kind of a harder compilation for me to cover because it's like literally one game, if that makes sense. Like, I know it's different takes on that game too, but like, you know, it is like one game. Wow, this is quite something. Okay. This is too weird for me. Also known as Go, is an ancient strategy game. Holy, yeah, okay. The Tetris story on home consoles begins with Go. That's some deep Tetris cuts is what this is. Some deep Tetris cuts. Okay, we've got the screen mode, wide, filter, border. Alright, let's dive in. Alright, let's continue doing the oddities of Tetris here. The Spectrum Holobyte presents Tetris. I love how there's like little bits of information too. The homeland of Tetris. Tetris in space. Wow, this Tetris moves aggressively quickly. Okay, I have to get used to this. Usually it like wraps you up. I might have clicked a setting that makes this go a little harder. Usually it like, you know, warms you up before it starts Tetris railing you. Oh wow, okay. I'm living my best Tetris life. This is not good. Okay, I wanted that one to go down. Okay, well that kind of worked out. I love the vibrant color range of Tetris too. It's neat that they chose specific coloring options for Tetris as well. Holy. At least we have the technology for this thing to move as fast as it does. But I think Tetris is really quite, you know, versatile, as I've kind of mentioned. It's been around forever. It's probably going to be around forever in video games because it's just something that you can just come out of nowhere with and be like, here's Tetris again, but we've, you know, changed an element of it. We've revamped some kind of visual aesthetic and element. And then it's fresh and it's exciting. Just like Tetris Effect came out of nowhere a few years back, and I was just, oh, that's not good. I was just floored by it. because that was so neat. And it's cool that some of these games have like little settings and some don't, and it's neat that this sort of package exists. I'm loving these compilation packages that we're getting nowadays for video games. I don't know if you've noticed that, but there was a really good one for Atari as well not too long ago, and it's just this really cool package selection that like celebrates the history of a lot of these games, and I think that's fantastic that that is done. Okay, there we go. Technotris, let's do it. Especially when the vibe of these is so different. Oh, this one is weird. This one has some weird button controls. Okay. I don't like this one's movement. Okay, how do I move you? You are the weirdest Tetris I have played. Okay. I don't know why this one doesn't have the universal setup of the other ones, but why not? Okay. Oh, that was a bad miss. Let's just not talk about... that one did not... Sorry, psychologically, the different setup for buttons on this one is kind of throwing me off a little bit. Yeah. So you get to enjoy, with this compilation, a bit of history about Tetris if you've ever wanted to learn about it. You get to play a lot of different Tetris games in unique forms, styles, and setups. And you just get to celebrate one of the most iconic video games in terms of something that is really, really quite applicable for anyone. You know, it's a game that exists so that anyone can enjoy it. And one that I think really hits the mark in a lot of exciting ways. I'm trying to escape this game, but I don't know how to get out of it because the menu system for this one is a little weird. Yeah, rewinding is cheating. It's cool that you can rewind, but that shouldn't be allowed in Tetris. I'm just gonna like literally restart the game because I don't know how to escape that one because all of the buttons are different in it and it's driving me crazy. Yeah. Lifelong friendship and creative partnership between Tetris creator Alexey Pajitnov and the Tetris company founder Henk Rogers. The extraordinary but true story about Tetris that you never knew, but now you can from playing Tetris Forever. Tetris Forever. Yeah, I mean it's also Tetris, right? So it's just kind of like it's a nice, cozy, cleaned up package and way to experience these games. Hatris. I don't think I can handle Hatris. Stacks of identical hats. Sure, why not? we're here to show off the collection. Let's do it. Hatris. Oh yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Yeah, I guess they were trying, if you didn't know, they were trying a lot of different like takes on Tetris to try to come up with something a little different, if that makes any sense at all. Like, so this was one of the ideas that they had for like a bit of a spit-off thing, was to create a scenario where you are stacking hats. I'm sorry, this almost seems too dumb to be. I did not mean to do that. Now we've got disorganized hats, and I don't like that one bit. I don't like it when these hats don't stack like they're supposed to. I mean, it's kind of ridiculous if you think, oh, I didn't move the thing. Oh, no. Because I guess you're supposed to, like, do that, and then you can move that hat over there. I get the idea of what they're going for with this, but this is just, it's too... I didn't mean to do that. Oh, no. It's too whimsical for me. I just, like, it's so weird. Like you're stacking hats. It's like, why would you want to do this? I get the idea process. It's a clever concept, I suppose, to some degree. But oh, I messed up on that one too. But like, it's weird. And then you can just rewind. It's LT to rewind, by the way. All these Tetris games have like different like ability things too for your compilation pack, like what you can do, which is kind of funny. Like some of them have the rewind stuff, and some have different filter settings. At least you have a lot of different selections. If you've ever wanted to play an absolutely ridiculous amount of Tetris, this is your experience. Tetris 2 plus Bombliss. You can definitely see how their wheelhouse was Tetris, and then being like, you know what, maybe we should do something slightly different with it. Bum, 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 bum. Register my name. A. No, that's good. I want it to end. Yeah, register my name. A. Eliminate name? Register name. Tetris or Bombliss? Alright, we'll do Type A Tetris level 0. Oh no, you're supposed to let me like slide it so that I can get it under there. Oh, come on! That's not legal. How am I supposed to build the Tetris Empire if the blocks aren't letting me do the slide technique? See, we've got ourselves a bit of a Tetris thing. Also, if you're expecting this pack to be wildly like full of different stuff, I mean, it is Tetris. At its core, the concept of Tetris is going to be Tetris. In case you were wondering. It's actually, to be honest, it's got a higher level of unique game mode, like different types of like Tetris adjacent things than I would have expected. It's a really neat little compilation pack. Oh, come on! I didn't mean it to go there. You saw where I was going for that one. It wasn't that spot. This is not good. This is not good at all. It's also magical when you're playing Tetris and like things start heating up and it just goes faster and faster and you're like panicking and everything's going bad. And it's like, it could be really an intense game. That's why Tetris Effect, it's those like Zen levels of Tetris just so well. I can't say nice enough things about it. I think I neglected doing a review video for it because I just didn't necessarily think people would be super into that kind of thing, but I know people are hyped about Tetris Forever. So I was like, okay, we'll cover this one. I was like, why shouldn't we cover this? Tetris is a blast. Tetris is iconic. And Tetris is forever! Wow, that would have been a really good, like, ending segment to do that. You know what I'm saying? Wow. Yeah, that would have been a really good way to do that. I think on that one that I couldn't escape, I think I could have just clicked in the right stick and just, like, bopped right out of there, actually, now that I think about it. That's okay. Battle Gaiden? Tetris Battle Gaiden. Super Tetris 3? That's Super Tetris, but I kind of want to do Battle Gaiden. See, that's the problem. Too many games, too little Tetris time. And it's not like we're doing the compilation pack of... I'm trying to think what it is. Castlevania stuff. You know, Castlevania packs, you gotta show off all the different games. Tetris, yeah, just give you a little bit of a dip, a dodge, a little bit of Tetris here or there, and you go, oh, okay. I don't know what any of this says. Oh, Tetris, I could read that. Yeah, that's great. I want to battle this pumpkin master. Did I accidentally leave the area where I was trying to battle the Tetris master? Yes, I want to battle this thing.